Good afternoon and welcome to the channel. My name is Beena and this wonderful little Barry White impersonator here is Walter. Welcome, hope you're all well. It is Saturday the something, let's say it's the 25th of January, I think it is, we'll go with that. And it is a lovely day today. I'm not going to moan about the weather this week and say how cold I am because it's practically summer at the moment. It's 6 degrees. What more could a man ask for? Don't even have 2 pairs of gloves on today. I'm probably going to regret that, aren't I? But yeah, it's a lovely sunny day today, which is in stark contrast to yesterday when we had Storm Ewan, which brought some record-breaking winds across some parts of the country. There's 114 mile an hour winds I read yesterday. Yeah, it's been pretty destructive. And then tomorrow we've got a weather warning here in Bedfordshire for heavy rain, so today looks like it's the best day to come out. So that's what we're doing. We're out for a nice little ride, enjoying the sunshine. I've actually remembered to put my correct visor on today, and I've got my smoke one, because regular viewers will know I always get that wrong. I either wear a smoke one or a clear one when the conditions are opposite. So we're all set for a good ride. I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about as usual, but we wouldn't want it any other way, would we? I actually had quite a few new followers over the last week, which was unusual. I think I've got about 35 new followers over the past 7 days. I'm not sure why, because I haven't done anything new. My last video I thought was a bit crap compared to the others, but there we go. Obviously some people liked it, or they just like looking at Walter with the sound off, which I can totally understand. But yeah, that's nice. I'm up over 600 followers now. You never know, at some point I may even get 1,000. Although I'm going to be doing something over the next few weeks which is going to hinder that progress, and that's take a bit of a break from uploading and riding, because the time has come to sort my dodgy elbow out. I can wait no longer. It has been really bad over the past week or so, and in particular over the last week. So I'm having to bite the bullet and go and get it operated on, in the hope that I'll be able to recuperate and recover quickly enough for the spring riding season to start. Because whilst it's cold and wet, although not today, well it is cold but it's not wet, it's actually nice and dry today, but when it's cold and wet and windy all the time and dark, I may as well go and get operated on so I can rest up and do some rehab and hopefully be back again in a few months' time. But you got me for a few weeks yet. I've booked myself an appointment for not this coming Monday but the Monday after, to see the consultant surgeon. I mean, it's going to be no different to when I went a year ago. Still going to need the operation. The thing has improved, in fact it's got worse, so it's just really a formality that I have to go and see him. And obviously he's going to want to make some money because it's private healthcare. Fair play. So yeah, I'm going to go and see him in a week, so he can sort the operation out again, and then Mrs. Beena delivers a lot of training where she's away from home. And that's going to come to an end sort of the end of February, which means that she'll be home with me to look after me and look after Bob the dog, so I'll be able to have my operation sometime around about the end of February, hopefully. And hopefully that will sort me out. So what it will entail is basically the problem with my elbow is tendonitis, so my tendon has been damaged and it's now damaged beyond repair. So what they'll do is they'll cut a big slit in my elbow and then cut out a section of my tendon and reattach it from another part, so it will effectively shorten my tendon. Now the worry is with it is how much of it is damaged and how much they have to shorten it, because there is a risk that if they have to take too much, that I won't be able to fully extend my arm and I'll have some issues with... Should be up here? Yeah, why not? I'll have some issues, oh Christ, with getting into second gear with my clumpy boots. Yeah, and I won't be able to straighten my arm properly, and I don't know how that will impact on being able to ride a bike. I'm hoping that I will still be able to ride, because it'll be a bit gutting if I go through this and that's the end of my riding career after I've only just started again after a long break because of back problems. But hey ho, we've got to go for it, because I'm in so much pain with it at the moment. It's got ridiculous now. I mean, I can't lift a pint glass full of water up with one hand. I have to use two hands, and I can't open jars. Putting my jacket on and zipping it up is incredibly painful. I can't sleep at night because of it, so it's all a little bit grim, and obviously that has an impact on your mental health as well, because if you're not sleeping, if you're not sleeping and you're in constant pain, it's it's a bit depressing. So it needs doing. I know it's needed doing for a while, so it's finally got to that point where I can take it no longer. So I'll have a few more videos left up until the end of February, and then I'll have the up and we'll see what happens. Obviously there'll be no uploads for a while, for a few months. I think the recuperation period is between 3 and 12 months, and obviously I'm going to try and get back on the bike as soon as I can. So I'll be diligently doing all of the physio and what have you, all the exercises necessary. But for a few weeks it's basically doing nothing. So I'm quite fortunate I have an office job where I work from home. And I think it's at least 2 weeks off from that. I'm not even allowed to use a keyboard. And then we'll take it from there. But then hopefully I'll be back again after a month or so, and if not, I will never see you again. Where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? I don't know where any of this goes. Let's go Woven. Yeah, yeah. Little deer. Oh no, they're goats. What the hell are they doing out on the road? Little woolly goats. Oh, please don't get run over by that car behind. It's not something you see every day, is it? Some goats on the road. I feel like I should spin round and see if I don't know who would own them though. Could be anyone's, couldn't they? So other than that, other than me moaning about my elbow, I mean it makes a change from the cold, doesn't it? I don't have an awful lot to talk about. You will be completely unsurprised to learn. Left? I don't know where left goes. We'll find out, won't we? I've been down here before, but not very often, so it'll be a surprise for me all over again. Wow, that sun's very bright. I'm not sure you'll be able to see anything, but because I can't. I mean, that'll be one thing I won't miss. Where are we going? Thought house. Oh, we don't want to go into open, do we? Don't even know where that goes. One thing I won't miss whilst I'm rehabbing my elbow, and that'll be the low down winter sun. It's annoying as shit, isn't it? Even with sunglasses on and a dark visor. Something that doesn't happen very often, having to roll off the throttle at 60 miles an hour so I don't go too quickly. I know who said that these J Series 350s were slow. Actually, there's a really weird stretch of dual carriageway around just by a village called Barton-le-Clay. And you have to get on a small stretch of dual carriageway, not for very long, probably for a quarter of a mile, before we can get onto a roundabout and onto, let's go up here, onto a stretch of country road. There we go, mate. Got him. Sorry, I couldn't cope with two things right then. Yeah, it's this really strange stretch of dual carriageway where I just can't hit 70 miles an hour. I can barely hit 60 miles an hour on it. But it's really weird because it's not uphill, or if it is, it's only kind of imperceptible gradient. And I've done it without a lot of headwind. But I've really struggled to hit 60 miles an hour, which is very strange because I can easily hit 70, 75, indicated 75 on most stretches of dual carriageway. But not that little bit there. It's really strange, and it's the same actually when I'm in my car. I mean, I don't have a powerful car, I've got a Skoda Yeti, which is fast. I mean, it is faster than Walter, but even that, I struggle to hit 70 on this little stretch. It's really strange, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think it's haunted. I think that's the only logical explanation for it, that it is actually haunted. Ooh, this is an unusual route for me. It's nice. It's, as you all know, I never really have a destination in mind. I just kind of start riding and hope for the best. And I think they're the best times really, when you're just exploring and think, we'll go right here. And you end up in places you should go to. So yeah, Aspley Guys. That wasn't me declaring something in a foreign language. That's the name of the village that we've just come into. It sounded like I was being pretentious in Latin or something, didn't it? Well, you just end up in some strange places you don't intend to. Aspley Guys. I think I remember coming down here. What I've decided to do is just choose the destinations that are heading directly into the sun, so I can't see and you probably can't see as well. I'm thoughtful like that. Ooh, okay, where are we going here? Just go up here. Yeah. Why not? Looks very posh around here, doesn't it? I mean, you know you're in a posh village when they've got a modern art sculpture in the garden. sniffing. It is cold, and I am definitely at the beginning of an actual cold. I think I'm feeling a bit grotty today, a bit bunged up. So apologies if there are unwanted mucal noises throughout this video. Try and keep it to a minimum. Yeah, what a nice area. I live in a village myself, but it's more of a kind of commuter village. It's a little bit soulless, really. It's just kind of the place that people live to be out of a town and to be close to things like the M1 and railway station. But it doesn't have that kind of quaint English village feel like this does. This is quite a big place, actually. I mean, my village is really small comparatively to this, but it doesn't have a shop. It has one pub, which is a bit shit, to be honest. It just doesn't feel like it's got that kind of villagey feel and community spirit. Oh, I know where I am. Woburn Sands, you say? So we're not in Aspley Guys anymore. We're in Woburn Sands, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. Where are we? Yes, we are. Yeah, we're going to go that way. Yeah, I used to live in a different village prior to the one I'm currently in, where we rented there, and it was really lovely. It was a proper old school village. I mean, there's no way we'd be able to afford to live there. But it had two pubs. I mean, it was tiny, and it had two pubs and like a post office and butchers and all sorts. It's a good idea, isn't it, to reverse on the main road there? But that had very much a village feel to it. Yeah, mine is a little bit soulless. Somehow I've managed to double back on myself, but I've still got the sun in my eyes. It's quite an impressive feat. Now all these trees here remind me of a little anecdote that I guess I'll share with you. If you're of a nervous disposition or a bit prudish, then I suggest you skip forward. But when I first got my dog 12 years ago, almost 13 years ago actually, we're always looking for somewhere to take him for walks, because we'd never had a dog, so we'd never really explored in places like that before. And we were relatively new to the area. Were we relatively? No, we weren't. We've been there for a while, but we hadn't really explored anyway. So we'd often ask people who we work with if there were any good places that you could go for a walk and to take the dog. And a lady who I worked with suggested this place. I can't remember the name of it. It's not around here, but it is somewhere in Bedfordshire. And she said, "Oh, there's this amazing place called such and such woods, and it's a lovely walk. And in the winter time, it's really good because it's got paved bits in it. There's lots of trees. Really nice place. Thoroughly recommend it. My husband and I go there all the time." And we're like, "Oh, great! That sounds brilliant." So I went home and told Mrs. Beena, "I think I found this great place to take Bob for a walk." And so we decided to try it out. And this was probably our mistake. We decided to go on a weekday rather than the weekend. We had a day off work each, and should we go up here? Let's go up here. Thank you. Yeah, so I think it was like a Tuesday or something we went. So we went to this place and we pulled up on a lay-by and there was loads of cars there and we thought, wow, that's must be good then, must be busy, must be popular because it's very busy, must be a nice walk. So we parked our car up in front of all of these other cars and we walked up to the entrance of the park and sorry, it's not a park, it's just some woods. And when we got there was a lot of signs there saying that antisocial behaviour won't be tolerated and that people will be prosecuted. And we thought, that's unusual. I wonder what all that's about. Maybe it's to do with, you know, youth doing stuff there and littering and setting fires or stuff. I don't know, vandalising, what have you. Maybe fly tipping. But there seemed like an inordinate amount of signs up talking about antisocial behaviour, but we thought nothing of it, and we started walking off through these woods, and it wasn't long before we came across a man masturbating, which was a little bit shocking, I have to say. He was just there, just off to the side, just in the woods, off the main path, quite visibly, with his trousers around his ankles, knocking one out. And my wife and I were like, what the fuck? What's going on there? What a pervert. And we hurried off and carried on the walk. And as we carried on this walk, we just saw more and more men coming out of the woods, looking furtive and adjusting themselves. And it was quite obvious that shady shit was going on of a sexual nature in these woods. So we decided to hot-foot it out of there quite quickly. And as when we got back to the car, there's still this big long line there, and it was only then that we noticed there were a couple of young gentlemen who were walking up to the windows of these cars and knocking on the windows and having them wound down, and they were negotiating some sort of transaction where they would follow them off into the woods, I guess. So yeah, it was quite clearly a spot for men to go to solicit sex from male prostitutes in the middle of the day. Suffice to say, we have never been back there, and we were, yes, where we're going to go, up there. And we dubbed it Wanky Woods, so it's forever now known as Wanky Woods, after that lovely gentleman who we first saw. And oh, beautiful. Sorry, there's a kite just perched up in the tree there, looking at me as I went past, and had the sunlight on him. He'd have made a fantastic photo. Yeah, I never mentioned it to the person I work with, because I don't know why she'd suggested it. Maybe they're into that kind of thing. I think more likely though is the fact that they went on the weekend, and on the weekend it was just regular people went there and not fucking perverts. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I have nothing against the gay community. I'm not, when I say fucking perverts, I'm not saying that all gay people are perverts. On the contrary, I have gay friends, I have gay family members. It's just, I think, if you're in a public place in the middle of the daytime and you're shaking hands with Mrs. Palm and her 5 lovely daughters, or making a beast with 2 backs with men for money, then you're a fucking pervert. So there you go, that's a nice story, isn't it? Welcome back everyone who skipped forward. Oh, look at that, that was a kestrel. Just flew off there. There's a nice little view over there, look. I don't often come from this this direction. You should come back down this way. Ow! Sorry, that hurt to point. It's quite pitiful, isn't it? But yeah, it's a nice little secluded place here. Yeah. See, that hurts to do that, which is stupid, isn't it? I've lost quite a lot of range of motion in my arm. Ironically, it's absolutely fine to ride. It doesn't cause me any issues at all. I have no issues with clutch lever, steering, anything. Everything's absolutely fine. It's just literally everything else in life, apparently. Anyway, we're not going to mind about that. How long have we been rambling for? Quite a while, I think. Let's slow down a bit, because past experiences, these horses are a little bit skittish when it comes to Walter. He is a noisy brute. Such a pretty horse, that one. Looks like a big Dalmatian. So a couple of things I had. I was talking earlier about getting some new subscribers. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome. Nice to have you along. I hope that you enjoy these inane ramblings with Walter and I. Yeah, a couple of things that have happened is that I've not physically met, but I've come across people in the wild, which is such a blind corner here. Come across people in the wild who have recognised me from. Oh, they came up quickly. Who are subscribers to the channel, so a couple of people on Reddit who have seen me post something and said, "Oh my god, I know you, I subscribe to you." That's a really weird feeling to be recognised from YouTube on a different platform. It almost makes you feel a little bit like a celeb, you know? It's like, oh, I'm known. Don't worry, Walter, you don't need to go that quickly. We're turning off here anyway. And the other thing was I happened to be torturing myself by looking at reviews of Himalayans and just general Himalayan 411 videos. And I came across a YouTube channel, and forgive me, I can't remember the name of it, I'll maybe put it in the description. But it was a guy who had a bullet like mine, and he was talking about the accessories he had on it, and I was like, oh, I've got those saddlebags, those panniers. I recognise those, and lo and behold, he said, oh, I got these from Beena, and then recommended the channel. And that was another weird thing, just suddenly seeing someone refer to you on a channel without even looking for it, and, you know, not being mentioned in the description or anything. So that was quite a nice feeling. It's all a little bit surreal, isn't it, having a YouTube channel, if you have one. Anyway, listen to me sounding like I'm Itchy Boots or someone else with lots of Freddy Dobbs with my 602 followers. Hey, like I've always said, it's not about followers and engagement for me. It's all about documenting this for my own purposes, and you're all just along for the ride, quite literally. So if it brings me immense joy, I guess if it brings joy to a handful of people out there, then that's also great, isn't it? Oh, I love that bit of road. I hope you enjoyed that little blast along there. I'd like to stretch Walter's legs a little bit down that bit. Even though it's a little bit greasy. It's a great thing about these bikes, isn't it? You can have fun wringing their necks out and you're still not going very quickly. Anyway, that's it for this one. We'll bring it to an end. I've rambled long enough. I've told you an inappropriate story. Hope you enjoyed that, and don't report me to YouTube. So, until next time, next week hopefully, have a great week, stay safe out there, keep it shiny side up, and I'll see you next time. Bye!